Oh, here we go. I am live and I am online for the first time in a long time. Well, I mean, not really. The first time for myself. And I'm just checking the live stream. So, yeah, it looks like it's been 7 months since the last time I streamed. So that's crazy. But we are here, Lightsaber Samurai here, back again. I should be streaming to YouTube, hopefully. And yep, we're here, RBZ357. What's going on? How is the audio? Is the audio okay? That's one thing I always gotta go check, like when I hop on these streams. If the audio is good, and also if it's not like if the image isn't stuttering too bad. And that's what I'm testing right now. So this isn't an official live stream, but we're gonna be on for a while. Zybalba, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. So is the it's not glitching too bad, is it? Like it's not stuttering so bad. I'm using the Wi-Fi and I'm not hardwired uh to the router in the next room. So, the performance may vary. But okay, I upgraded my internet package, so it better be faster. I don't know if it is or not, but like I said, I'm just doing a couple of tests, letting people know that we're here as per usual. And yeah, then we'll get to talking about some stuff. As you can see, my backdrop is different from the last time we saw each other 7 months ago. And we'll get into all that, of course, and everything else. And then we'll talk some games because it's been going crazy in the gamer sphere lately. Even though I haven't really been like making content, I've still been kind of plugged in and kind of paying attention, even though I've had a lot going on. So, and we'll get into all that too. Your questions, comments, concerns, threats, anything else you want to talk about, we can look at some games, talk about some games. This is really just to test this setup because I fixed it in this room where it's more or less a permanent setup. So I've got this camera here that's always just going to be here on my desk. It's not going to go anywhere. So I got like a whole desk setup where I come on, turn everything on, and then I can just start streaming without having to, wait for anything. So that's the plan with this. And so I'm just testing to see how it works. And yep, there's my live stream finally showing. And yeah. Anyway, looks like the stream is playing just fine so far, so good. But like I said, wait for a few more people to come in here. Looks like we got the two of y'all so far. And I appreciate y'all hopping in. Like I said, it's been a long time. Missed you guys. I really did. But like I said, it's been school, work, and a bunch of other stuff going on. So yeah, but here we are. We back kind of in a new environment. It's a work in progress. We're about 70% set up in here, but if I waited until I was 100%, I never get back to making content. So here we are. If you just joined us, Lightsaber Samurai here. PS4 is on in the back. I'm actually working on my next actual video that should be dropping hopefully this week. Um, I've got a lot of PlayStation 3 content coming down the pipe, and that wasn't planned. Like that was just the stuff that was inspiring me. We gotta talk about where is it now? Here I go to just grabbing random stuff. Okay. Joe Casey put me onto this like a year ago, and I bought this a year ago when I was at my old place, and I just never got around to opening it. But this guy, yeah, we gotta talk about this right here. Okay, is that a thumbnail right there? Boom. Okay, I'm gonna look at it like that. But anyway, this is one of the most underrated peripherals that we've seen in a long time, and it was for the PlayStation Move, of course. So yeah, we definitely got to get into it because this has a lot of cool tricks up its sleeves, and yeah, we'll get into all that, when we talk about it. But okay, oops, yep, twist that. But like I said. So we got actually some Move stuff. I got a sequel to the Move video that I dropped a year ago now, but it's crazy because the video has been getting a lot of traction lately. And so last I looked, we were at like 10,000 views on that video. What is it called? This is just called the PlayStation Move. I think it's just called the PlayStation Move steering wheel, but I'll look for the official name for it. But yeah, it's just the PlayStation Move steering wheel. It's cool because it configures like this, so you can play like motorcycle games, like all your motocross and stuff like that. So if you're playing a game where you're on a bike, you can rock it like that, or you can bring it in and rock it more like a traditional racing wheel. And I thought that this at first looked kind of stupid, to be honest. But like I said, it's got a premium build, a premium feel, and it's actually I thought it was too big, but it's actually like perfect and very similar to my actual steering wheel in my Honda Civic. So, yeah, it feels fantastic. So I got another one ordered already. It's already heading to the house. So oh, we got some new people in. Waves and games in the house. Dude, my phone is turned down because I'm getting my girls to sleep. But I'll still be on the stream later if you're still on. Yeah, I'm gonna be here for a while. I appreciate you stopping in, Waves and Games. Okay. Koba's in the house too. Yo, good to see you streaming again, dude. We missed you. Yeah, man. It is glad to be I'm glad to be back. Um, like I said, you can see the new game room being set up. I bought a house actually a few months ago, and so been making that huge transition, moving into, and I'm really excited for this space. Okay, I love my mascots, my cats, but one of the great things I like about my room now is I got a door to shut them out because sometimes they be doing too much. But yeah, so no, this room is the last room I was in. This is slightly bigger than that room. It's still not as big as the basement I had in the townhome where I was at like at my peak, like 2020, 21, 22, off in there. Like that's still my probably my favorite game room space, but this is definitely second. So, and for those of you who know, like I do like film and photography stuff too. I got a camera channel. That's just my first and last name, Antoine Sexton. This house has a really huge attic that's unfinished, and so I got to get up there and do some work. But it's nice because I got this space here that's going to be just dedicated to my video games, and then upstairs is gonna I'm gonna turn that into a photo studio. So I'm gonna start filming on the other channel too, and we'll just to kind of like chronicle the build out up there. So, but yeah, so but that's what I've been doing. I mean, besides the move, I've been doing a lot of school. 'Cause I'm trying to finish that stupid degree, but I'm a terrible student, so it's going slowly. But yeah, it's just and so I kind of had to put the channel on hold for a while, but I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Actually, I almost got my last game room. I almost got my room to a point where I was comfortable in there. I could make content in there, but by the time I finally started to get it dialed in, then it was time to move. And so, uh, yeah, it's crazy. We bought the house to save money. My rent was crazy, and I live in Kansas. Like the rent should not be high here, but my rent was like 1,200 a month for a two-bedroom apartment that's like 800 square feet. So, like I said, my mortgage now is like 970, I think. And like I said, this place is 1,500 square feet. Uh, and yeah, good to go. So yeah, and like I said, it's a house. I got plenty of room in here, and so yeah, it was a win-win. I had to put up a bunch of money up front, but luckily my girl has excellent credit. Okay, so, but anyway, that's just been what's going on with me. And like I said, I've been at Fort Hays State online, finishing my business degree because it comes with a teaching license, so I can teach technology. I've been long term substituting for the last 2 years, but this year I've gone back to my regular duties, which is nice because that was part of it too. Like doing my actual teacher duties, like having the lesson plan and grade papers, and then I was doing after school program. I was doing all these extra things too. I didn't really have a lot of free time, but now I'm just back to like my regular duties, like I was back in 2020 and 2021, and so I've got even with taking classes, I've got quite a bit more free time. So, yeah, I'm about to get back into it. Like I said, I got the PS4 on in the back. That's for a video that's going to drop this coming week, hopefully. So I'm gonna start filming it. tomorrow. But the main issue I was running into, I've got to record some PlayStation 3 footage, and that's always been a pain in the butt with the Elgato and using the HDMI splitter and all that stuff. And like I said, I just moved and just got set up in here. So some of my stuff is still boxed away and I haven't found it yet. And it's just the whole thing. But come hell or high water, we're going to talk about something. Like I said, I got two PlayStation Move videos in the works, and then I'll probably be done with PS Move. And then this other one that I don't want to talk about quite yet, but we'll get to it shortly. So said just don't fall through the ceiling. Yeah, facts. The floor up there is kind of janky. So there's a place called Restore here in town that sells like a bunch of like used building equipment. So I'm gonna get some plywood. I gotta insulate up there as well. They just put a new roof on the house like a year before last, which is nice because that says I don't have to worry about the roof for a while. EAE is in the house. What's going on, boss? Appreciate you. It's been a long time no see. It's so cool, like to see you guys again, like and just chat with you online. Like I said, it's been 7 months since I posted the last video on this channel, and I think like 6 or 7 months since I posted on my other channel as well. So that being said, I've been doing a little bit of lurking, okay, and so yes, let me just look that up. But yeah, like I said, I've been trying to pay attention and try to watch YouTube when I can, and just try to keep up with what you guys got going on. Yeah, it's just called the official PlayStation Move Racing Wheel, and the prices are going up. That's crazy. This one is in the box though. Let me share this, okay? If I remember how to do that. Yeah, it's crazy. That's another thing. Like, it's been so long since I've like used this. Like, I don't remember how to do anything. Uh, okay. I think that's it. Okay. So hopefully y'all seeing this. Okay. Maybe, maybe not. But this is it right here. It's pulling up. Sorry, I'm looking at the stream to see if it's actually coming up. Yeah, it's not doing it. At least so far as I can see. So yeah, cannot remember the actual way you are supposed to share the screen. Oh no, there it goes. It's just being slow. So, but anyway, let me click it here. Yeah, there we go. So it's just being slow. At least on my end, it's being slow. But here you go. It's the racing wheel. Oh, I see. So I'm sharing that screen, but it won't follow when I switch screens. That's not how that used to work. Okay. Anyway, let me just go back to this. So anyway, I'll look and try to remember how I used to do that. But yeah, man, I'm excited. Like, what have I been playing or watching lately? So as far as games, I've been diving into a lot of stuff. I've been playing a lot of actually I've been going back through like the PlayStation 2 Armored Core games. So I've been playing a lot of Armored Core. I've been playing a lot of that. I was just randomly just bust out Shinobi and was playing Shinobi just earlier this afternoon. And that game is still as hard as I remember. But I've just been playing a bunch of random stuff, usually mostly PlayStation 2 stuff. So I got the PlayStation 2. I got my Xbox set up too, my OG Xbox. So I was playing like oh, what was I playing on the Xbox? I was playing some what's the State of Emergency? That's what I was playing. I'm getting messages. But yeah, playing a lot of PS2 and Xbox stuff lately, and also randomly Captain Tsubasa for the PS4. Uh, that yeah, been doing that too. So As far as watching, uh, not much lately. Actually, my girlfriend, she's been sick lately, and so we just been like our comfort show is Bob's Burgers. So when she's not feeling well, like we'll lay in bed and watch Bob's Burgers. So I've just been watching a bunch of Bob's Burgers, and when she's not around, I finally got through the first season of Fallout, and I was behind on my shows too because I've been working so much. So I watched the first season of Fallout. I finally finished the first season of Ahsoka. Was watching The Acolyte, and honestly, man, it so far for I only watched a couple of episodes, but it wasn't as bad as everybody was saying. At least not to me, but there was supposed to be some lore breaking stuff that comes in later in the season that I don't think I've gotten to yet. I know one of the ones is they added Kiadi Mundi into the show just to kind of have a recognizable face, but I don't think he matches up. I can't remember when the Acolyte is supposed to take place. Something like 100 years before episode one, which Kiadi Mundi, I think, is almost old enough to be that, but he would have been like a kid or something because I think Kiadi Mundi was only like 120 when he died or something like that. He was in his early like 100s when he died. So, uh, yeah, it wouldn't have added up for him to be a grown man during the time period of the Acolyte, but I don't know. Let's see. Okay, and I throw the question back to y'all. What's everybody in the stream been playing? Waves. I seen you was on the Tony Hawk the other day. I popped in your stream for a little bit before I had to go to bed. Uh, Toba, what you been on? Currently playing through Resident Evil, Seamless HD OG trilogy, and man, these games look even better now. Those guys managed to really clean up those pre-rendered backgrounds. That's cool. And yeah, man, maybe I can dig into that next month for Halloween. I'd like to do a bunch of like horror movie streams or horror game streams next month. And like I said, that'll be kind of an easy way to for me to kind of get reacclimated to making content regularly on YouTube again. Been playing Black. Oh, how was that? The Black Myth Wukong, Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 is fire. One of the teachers at my school was telling me about that. And Zone of Ender Second Runner VR. I've been looking for that game. The VR version of the remake of Zone of the Enders 2 that came out on PS4. And I've been wanting to try that out. So yeah, that's what's up. Helldivers I know is good. Black Myth Wukong. I've been hearing some good things about it as well. And like I said, I've been wanting to try that Zone of the Enders because Zone of the Enders, awesome mecha series. Okay. Right up there with Armored Core in my opinion. And just was kind of always kind of flew under the radar. But everybody that played it, like the real ones know. Like we need a sequel. We need a third game for that. But that'll probably never happen. But we can dream. As I've always says, yeah, Acolyte was just okay. There are some decisions that don't make sense from a character motivation standpoint, and I'll agree with that. It's tough. I don't want to sound like a like an incel, but like I said, I really hate the way that they've been writing the female characters and a lot of the new Star Wars stuff. They all just kind of seem like Mary Sue's in that, and some of that is warranted, right? Like there are a lot of issues with a lot of and like I said, and they seem content to cast female leads, and all these Star Wars spin-offs for the most part have lead female characters or lead female supporting characters, which is fine. But like I said, some of the lore breaking stuff is kind of annoying, and I just think that it's obnoxious the way that they write women uh in these shows. It's almost like women aren't writing them. And maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I know Kathleen Kennedy is very influential in what gets put out in the Star Wars stuff nowadays. And she even made a comment how she wanted to make men uncomfortable with her interpretation of Star Wars and this and that, and how it's supposed to be all girl power and yada yada yada. And that's kind of not a great idea considering that Star Wars has always been a male dominated franchise. And so, yeah, so she's just alienating the majority of the fan base that already exists. And I don't think that the female characters that she's putting in are written well enough to bring casual female viewers into the fold. And there's a lot of like hardcore female Star Wars fans, and they're just as upset as a lot of the male fans about that. But yeah, like I just don't like the way that they're written. Uh like I said, one was Fallout is a great example. Like you can write good female characters. Okay. The protagonist in the new Fallout show, she's great. I like her a lot. And like I said, everything like you were talking about Zybulba from the setup of the motivations and all of that is fire. Like, yeah, I enjoy that a lot. So I've been really digging Fallout, but yeah, I just don't like the way that they write a lot of the characters in Star Wars. And I'm not even gonna start on the sequel trilogy because I don't want to kill my own vibe. But like I said, it was so many missed opportunities in there. Like I said, there's a new Star Wars movie that's being, I guess, written and directed by Dave Filoni, and we need that, okay? Because, like I said, he's really him and John Fairview or whatever his name is. I know I'm saying his name wrong, but those are like really the only two. Is really constantly, like, consistently putting out decent Star Wars content. So I'm sick, bro. Who are you? I know, man. I've been gone for so long. Glad you're back home. Yeah, man. I am so glad to. I just told myself tonight I was setting up the room and kind of setting this up, and I was like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna live stream. I don't really have anything ready, but I just wanna. I just wanna be back. Like I just want to be back, and it sucks because I feel like I've been missing out, and it's tough because shout out to Joe Casey for pressing Metal Jesus about my PlayStation Move video. Metal Jesus watched my PlayStation Move video and gave it which is crazy. That was my whole mission statement for starting my YouTube channel. I saw his PlayStation 3 buyer's guide and he and Kelsey Lewin was talking shit on the PlayStation Move and I'm like, I have the Move. The PlayStation Move is dope. Like it's crazy. It's just how better it was than the Wii, in my opinion. And so that was my whole reason for starting a YouTube channel. I said, man, I'm gonna just make a video, respond to it. And I'm like, so how do you make a YouTube video? And I started researching it and made a couple of videos and they were really bad. And so I started to learn film and photography so I can up my production values to where I can make content that looked as good as his. And so, yeah, we got there. And like I said, the whole point was to make the video and have him watch it and say, oh, it's not so bad after all. And that's what happened. So we completed the mission statement. It only took me 7 years, okay, to do it. So, but YouTube is a marathon, not a sprint. Okay. Shin Haiti is the most intriguing female character, and we don't even know much about her. Yeah, no, that's facts. Like a lot of underutilized. Like I said, hopefully that'll change moving forward. But uh, yeah, a lot of underutilized characters, a lot of missed opportunities. It sucked because Balin from Ahsoka, unfortunately, the actor passed away but he was one of my favorite parts about that show. Like he had that gravitas, like in every like scene he was in, and he really had Dooku energy every time he stepped on screen. It was impressive to see. And yeah, he passed away. So he won't be back for season two. And that sucks. I don't know if they'll try to recast him to keep the character going or if they kill him off screen or what they plan on doing. But yeah, boy 12 is in the house. Hey, yes, it is me. After 7 months and one move later, and here we are. Okay, trying to get back to it, trying to like I don't even know how many. Like I probably lost a bunch of subscribers. I ain't even been paying attention. Yeah, Ray Stevenson was perfect for the role. It's gonna be tough shoes to fill. Like I said, his presence on screen was just so impressive. Like yeah, it was a breath of fresh air to watch, and especially in this, Kathleen Kennedy era, like, it was nice to see kind of like an old school, like, Star Wars, like, protagonist in there, and that's what he felt like. He felt like the old school protagonist, so yeah, we love to see it, but yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do about that now. But, so yeah, but I like I said, I've been watching those. Acolyte is not getting renewed for a second season. I heard, and that's kind of a shame. I kind of wanted to see it continue, even despite all the issues that was happening. Book of Boba Fett, I'm not gonna lie, that's a guilty pleasure of mine. Me and my girl, we really enjoyed Book of Boba Fett. The only thing I hated about the Book of Boba Fett show was the modifiers. They were garbage, but I didn't really have a problem with him losing his ruthless edge. I think he could have kept more of it. It would have been nice to see him kind of go back and forth and struggle between being his old self and his new identity. And like I said, they had just put Cad Bane in there, and uh, he got the best of Cad Bane. But had the show continued, Cad Bane would have came back. That wasn't. It wasn't just gonna be dead and that was it. Like I feel like they could have we would have seen more Cad Bane. They could have put like Bosk in there and some of the other bounty hunters, or a scene could have made of a appearance. Like it could have been cool. Like it really could have been. So my hope is that when Mandalorian comes back, Boba Fett will be in that more and kind of get people like wanting them to revisit another season of Book of Boba Fett. But he said Book of Boba Fett was a travesty. They didn't do his character right, too short, and they got shorted on the episode because of the Mandalorian. Well, yeah. Well, what happened is, dude, the Pedro Pascal, he he had to step out for a little bit to do The Last of Us, which is why Bo Katan has been getting so much screen time in the Mandalorian. I'm pretty sure Din Djarin is gonna be back. Like people are like, oh, they're making it the Mandalorian Bo Katan, but like they're not doing that, at least not intentionally, in my opinion. Like I said, he had to go get his bag. Okay. He did The Last of Us, and I think I never watched The Last of Us. I heard it was good. I don't know if they got to the part where he dies in it, but when they do, then he'll be back for the Mandalorian. And then Boba Fett injured himself on set and messed his back up, so he was out for a little bit. I don't know. It got kind of weird with the schedule. So you got an episode in the Book of Boba Fett that was basically the Mandalorian, and stuff like that. But nah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think they did his character that bad. Me personally, I don't know. He's definitely a lot more ruthless in the comic books, but really in the movies, like how ruthless was he? You know what I mean? Like really, when you really think about it, he captured Han Solo and put him in carbonite. That was really it. And then Vader warned him in episode 5, no disintegrations. So yes, he'd be like really out here icing people, but really that was it. Like most people's interpretation of Boba Fett comes from the comic books. So like I said, if you look at Book of Boba Fett versus how he was in the original trilogy, is honestly really not that much of a difference. Combat wise, he's certainly more capable in the Book of Boba Fett because he went out like a bitch in in episode 7 or whatever. I don't know. I'm losing episode 6. Sorry. Yeah, he went. They did him dirty in Return of the Jedi. He got killed by accident. So you know what I mean? Like I don't know. But yeah, Boba Fett is a total badass in the comic books. Okay. He ain't afraid to kill children, goes toe to toe with Vader a couple of times, like all of that. But again, like his combat prowess in the comic books is more in line to what it is in the new TV shows versus what it was in the original trilogy, in my opinion. Because he cut, hey, one up woman. Hey, what's up, boo? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Like I said, it's my first time back in like 7 months. And I'm glad, man. All of y'all popping out to hang out with me. I'm so happy about that, man. I appreciate y'all being out here. But yeah, let me check the rest of these comments. But that's my rant on Boba Fett. Okay. Like they did his character kind of dirty, but only compared to how Boba Fett was in the comic books in the EU. Because Book of Boba Fett versus the Boba Fett from episode 5 and 6 is really not that much different. It's really not when you really, really look at it. Um, so So EAE, the Terminator anime on Netflix is pretty good. I heard that, and I do. That is a franchise that I'm really see. That my feet. Oh, it stuttered for a second. I really need to play that game that's on PS5. What is it? Terminator Persistence or whatever it is. I hear that's really good. That and the RoboCop Rogue City. Well, I need to get a PS5. I ain't got a PS5 yet, but I've been hearing rumors about a PS5 Pro, which is why I was just about to pull the trigger on PS5 because I'm like, okay, there's enough games now where I can warrant buying one. I wish I had a PS5 and I wish I bought a copy of Concord because physical copies of that game are going to be through the roof since they basically just pulled and canceled the game. If they never bring it back, then the few copies that got out, they're going to be going for 500-600 bucks. They're probably going for that much already, to be honest. But yeah, I was just about to pull the trigger on a PS5, and now I'm hearing rumors about a PS5 Pro. Will it be worth it? Maybe, maybe not. But I'll wait and see what it's gonna be like. Okay, I would even buy a PS5 Slim because honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the design of the PS5. The thing is gigantic. But yeah. So let's see. Boy says, I feel you, man. Heck, all I've been doing is working. I barely scored that many pickups this year. No, man, me. That is also me. Quite honestly, I think I'm just about done with video game collecting. I want to make a video about that, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just do it on a live stream. Maybe I'll do it right now. But yeah, I also have not been picking up any games lately. Like I can't even remember the last time I bought a video game, and I can't remember what that game was. I really can't. Like I have not been buying games at all and haven't felt any type of way about it. Like I got something like 600 games in my backlog. So I've got plenty of stuff to play. Like I was never that kind of collector in the first place. I only wanted to buy games that I would play. And like I said, I want to go a little hard on PS4 and buy up a bunch of the games that I've been kind of missing, games I kind of want to add to the collection. And then I'm gonna get some PS5 stuff. And honestly, I think I'm gonna call it good after that. I'll probably add maybe another 70 or so games to my collection, and that's it. And that's all I need. And I'll probably be out the game after that. If I do get games, I'll probably just get them digitally at that point just to play them. But I there's a lot of those games I don't need to have, you know. So yep, I think I'm at that age. I'm at that stage in my journey where I'm pretty much ready to call it quits. I don't know if I'm ready to start selling stuff off yet. Although I've been wanting a car, a new car. Okay. I got I can sell my whole collection and get a brand new car or sell half of it, you know. Sell my collection, get a Tesla like Mr. Right Way did. Okay, be driving around in Teslas all day. So yeah, so he has been picking up that many pickups. I've got some, but in terms of the whole year, it's looking like a tumbleweed town. Yeah, for sure. Like and honestly, I haven't felt any FOMO from it. I don't feel like I'm missing out or anything like that. I just haven't been doing it. I've been huge into my camera stuff. Uh-oh, hold on. Now my girl about to be on the stream because she calling me. Let me connect. Oh, is it connected? Hello? Hey, what's up? You're on the live stream right now. Yes. I didn't hear live stream. But yeah. Well, yeah, you can wait for a second. All right. All right. Groovy. All right. Bye. That's my girlfriend getting home. She's got some friends from work asking if they can see the house. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I've been cleaning all day, so my house is actually on point right now. So go ahead. Yeah. So anyway, the Last of Us show was nice, but there were a couple of things that deviated from the source material that was weird, and it always is. I mean, like it's tough. Like if you just follow the source material, it should be a no-brainer, right? When it comes to any IP or anything, I get some of it gets lost in translation because at the end of the day, it's adaptation. You know what I mean? Like if you bring a book to like the Harry Potter series, a good example. You bring Harry Potter to the big screen from the books, and actually, the Harry Potter movies did a really good job. Not gonna lie, they left quite a few things out, but they didn't lose the spirit of the thing along the way. That was a very good adaptation. But once you start like changing like core ideas and things like that, like it's just like, what are you doing? Like it's tough when they get people to make an adaptation and those people have like no knowledge of the original source material. And it's really sad to see. Fallout, I think, did a really good job. There are a lot of things that have changed, uh, but nothing too major. I mean, for the most part, the adaptation of Fallout so far has been fantastic. So, but yeah, it's always going to be some weird stuff. It's just like, what are they going to choose? Like, just hoping that they choose the right things. Let's see. Hey, Jedi Run is in the house. Good to see you back, Lightsaber Jedi Run. It's been a long time, and I'm so happy to be back. So happy to be back. I'm just in here getting in. Uh, but it's gonna be mag, no single player. Yeah. See, something weird about getting a dopamine hit from seeing other collectors pickup videos. Have you seen any of Radical Reggie's recent content? You know exactly what I'm talking about. No, I haven't actually. I haven't watched a Radical Reggie video and I don't know, it's been a while. And it's crazy because it's like, I don't know, like a lot of those big YouTubers that brought me into video gaming, like I don't watch anymore. I kind of watch Metal Jesus sometimes, like every now and then. If he and Radical Reggie will do a pickup video, then I will watch it. I don't really watch the pickup videos that Reggie does by himself. Uh, and I think that's the same thing with Like they're a really good duo, and I don't really care too much to see them when they're not collaborating. I don't know, like I don't know. Radical Reggie more than Metal Jesus. Like I said, I'll still watch a Metal Jesus. I like Metal Jesus pickup videos, and I really like his travel videos, his little travel vlogs when he goes to Japan and stuff like that. But yeah, no, a lot of those guys. Like I said, I started watching those two people like GameSack and stuff like that, and I don't watch any of them anymore. Angry Video Game Nerd, I watch some of his content, but I never really liked him. Like, and that's not me just hating. Like, I don't know. He was never just for me. He always like pretend to like not enjoy it or something. Like, I don't know. It was very, he was a very forced like persona. So I never really fooled with him. Happy Console Gamer. I watched some of his stuff back in the day, but I don't really follow him anymore. Like I said, a lot of the stuff I watch it all. Like I watch you guys. I said I was in Waves and Game stream the other night while he was on the Tony Hawk. I've been following Retro Rivals quite a bit. Joe Casey, he's been popping off as usual. Joe Casey, like work ethic is out of control. I'm trying to get back on that point where I was dropping like 2 and 3 videos a week. I have 2 channels now, but really so does he, and he still be doing this. I don't know. And it's not like he don't got a job. Like he's just really good at batch shooting. Like he'll do a whole batch of videos and then just release them as you go. Uh, who else was good at that? Dr. Josh, the real gamer, he was good at that. He was really good at batch shooting. And unfortunately, when he passed away, it was crazy because he passed away. And then like 3, 4 videos came out after he died. It was just cause like he was really good at just making them in a batch and just going. So um see, I don't really need to be keeping up with the Joneses. That's doing too much. Yeah, that's facts. Like I said, and it's hard to keep up with some of those YouTubers, especially when they've been in the game to the point where people send them stuff. And that's how I feel about like the camera game too. And I'll be like, I'll see like some of these YouTube creators in the digital camera space, and they got these cool offices and high rise buildings and stuff like that. And every time like something new comes out, they got it to review, and it's like you can't keep up with that. Like they don't buy that stuff. They're at the point they don't even buy it anymore. Like companies just send it to them because they know that people are gonna watch, so they send it to them in hopes that they're gonna sell some stuff. So you can't keep up with that. You just can't do it. So, but people really be out there like going broke and like stressing out, like trying to do that, and that's crazy. So I ain't got time for all that. But Zybo says, "Let me know if you want to sell." Yeah, man, you'll be the first to know. I'm gonna hit you up first. Like I said, I'm not at that point yet because but eventually, if I ever get to that point, I don't know if I will, but I'm definitely slowing down on the games because there's not much that I want anymore. Like I set out to get all the games I used to have when I was a kid, and some of those I still got to get because I got robbed a few years ago. If y'all remember that, okay, stupid ass exterminator that lived in the townhome we was in came in and took a bunch of my shit, and then sold it to my friend Leslie at CD Trade Post and got caught immediately. So, but unfortunately, well, not immediately. Some of the games that he sold her got sold before I could get them back, and so games that I need on PS1 like Xenogears and Mega Man Legends 2 and the original Parasite Eve, like Dino Crisis 2, like some of those games, like Legend of Dragoon, which I've replaced that one because I found a really cheap copy that was in great shape, so I just went ahead and rebought it. But I still ain't gone to court yet. He's guilty. Like we waiting on them setting up a court date, but it's crazy. Uh oh, somebody in here talking about the election. Ooh, I don't know if I'm trying to get in that. Okay. I ain't trying to lose no friends out here. Said Fallout was pretty close to perfect. It was, and that's because they just really followed the source material. And the adaptation and the changes they had to make for the most part made sense, or it was just a cool way of looking at it. There's a lot about ghoulism that we don't know yet. So, the ghoul character, like the whole thing about him being buried and not eating or drinking. Like I said, we don't know if it's not really clear if ghouls need to eat or drink water to survive still, or can they live off of radiation alone? You know, it seems to be that they can live off of radiation alone. They may have more energy when they uh, eat or drink, but we saw that in Fallout 4 with Billy in the fridge, using the fridge for 200 years, not eating or drinking, and he was still alive. Granted, I think that was the first time we had seen something like that, but like I said, that they didn't make that up. There was a precedent for it, but I bring that up because a lot of people were complaining about that. But it's not like they made that up. Like I said, Fallout 4 had already did it before. So uh let's see, Lit says, "Hi, Lightsaber Samurai. Can you name one must play PS2 game and what games made you think about buying a PS5?" Um so the buying a PS5, uh the games I started to see, like I said, I really want to play the Terminator game. I really want to play the I really want to play the RoboCop game. And some of the games like don't run as well on my PlayStation 4, like Hogwarts Legacy. I think I'd want to go ahead and re-get that on PS5. Uh it actually runs really good on PS4 Pro. I don't own a PS4 Pro. My girlfriend does. I'd be in living room playing on her PS4 Pro when I play the Harry Potter game. But I don't know. The games, there was some other ones that I can't think of it now that I'm on the spot, but there were some other ones that came out and I was like, man, I want to give that a try, but then I can't because they're PS5 exclusive. So, but still, for the most part, a lot of the games, like all the Dark Souls stuff, the Ghost of Tsushima, which is a game I really want to play, like play those on PS4 Pro, and they're just fine. Um, but yeah, must play PS2 game. Hmm. Let me go back to the shelf here. I gotta check the shelf because now I can't think of it on the spot. I want to pick one that maybe y'all don't know about. So let me check what I got on the shelf here. All right, so let's I'll talk about a couple here. Okay, plus plays. I mean, there's safe bets like Def Jam Vendetta, stuff like that. Like there's a bunch of like games like that. But here's one that I'm sure like a lot of like hardcore PS2 gamers know about. But this one here, Nano Breaker. Okay. Hello, persons. Look at hello, girls. Hello. Yes. Girls, girls. I'm not embarrassing myself. I'm very cool. Okay. As they shut the door on me, I'm very swaggy. Okay. And yeah, okay. Got you, didn't I? Anyway. So yeah, Nano Breaker. Like I was saying, Nano Breaker came out on PS2. It's a pretty cool hack and slash game from the team that brought us Castlevania, Layman of Innocence, and Curse of Darkness. And that one is just one I don't think a lot of people know about. Uh, Pretty gory, and it's got this cool system that's based on like how many kills you get and like how much blood you can spill. Although the blood honestly looks kind of goofy in the game, but a lot of the special effects, like with the lightning effects on his blade and stuff like that. The graphics themselves look pretty cool. Otherwise, okay, another cool hack and slash game. Okay, Bujangai, the Forsaken City. Okay, this one is one I like a lot. Uh, this was I think Taito made. Was this a Taito game? Yeah, Taito and Bam Entertainment. But this game right here, I don't know if you can see that. This one's kind of pricey now, but shout out CD Trade Post for getting that for $2.99. Okay, okay, just a light flex there, but yeah, like I think those are two must plays. Kaya, the Dark Legacy is another one. That's my favorite 3D platformer on the PS2. So that one is also worth looking at. Uh, but there's a PS2 video I want to bring out shortly. I want to talk about sequels that a lot of you guys might not know exist. So we was talking about Shinobi here. There is a sequel called Nightshade, kind of a pseudo sequel that most people didn't remember or didn't play or whatever the case. Brave Fencer Musashi has a sequel, which is Brave Musashi Legend. I think it's not as good as the original, but still kind of fun. There was a Bloody Roar 4. There was a Way of the Samurai 4. Like there's a lot of the games that most people don't know about that are sequels to other games. Galarians had a sequel on the PS2. So some of those I want to highlight moving forward. Let's see. Definitely when they have creators doing sponsor reviews of games, which people should always be wary of. The game is changing. Yeah, facts. What was that? Revenge of the Bird King that Mel Jesus was talking about some years back. And I'm sorry, like, but that game was kind of ass. Like, and maybe he really did genuinely like it, but it didn't help that the dude was his homeboy and all that. And it just seemed like he was just like, a little nepotism popping off there, which in itself is not necessarily like I mean, it's not a great thing, but it's a fact of life, you know. But like I said, yeah, you just gotta read between the lines and just make sure you're thinking critically and being mindful, and you'll be all right. Hey, I did pick up a camera, but what do you do to test the camera fully? It's a PowerShot SX7 4H for $50. First of all, it's a pretty good price for the PowerShot. PowerShots, they're point and shoot cameras that has a fixed lens with a digital zoom on it. Those rock. Either it has an either 1/5 inch sensor or a 1 inch sensor, so you're not gonna get much in the way of like blurred backgrounds unless you get real close if you're shooting macro shots with it. What I would do to test the camera fully, uh, first I like to do low light test. Uh, Again, that has a small sensor, so it's not gonna do well in low light. And you can't put a faster lens on it. So just make sure you got some good light. I The Essex, I would take that outside first because you're gonna get some good optimal lighting. Shoot it in the highest record quality it can go, which I think is 1080p. That might be a 4K shooter. I don't know. Let me see. I'll look it up for you. The SX740. Okay. SX740 from Ken. I can't remember If that's the little point and shoot, I think it is. Wait, which one did you say? Oh, okay, the 740 HS. Okay, 740 HS. So it's the little kind of square one. It kind of has a shape like this one here. Okay, right? It's a little black one. It kind of looks like that. I think that's the one you're talking about. If that's so, if you got that for $50, that's crazy because that camera is still going for like just under $500. So you're good with that price. So if that's the one that I'm thinking about, and it may be the fatter one too, which is the older one. The older one I think is 1080p, but this one is a 4K shooter. Um, you can get some good image quality out of it. You can't really chef up the quality, so you can't. It doesn't have a lot of manual functions to it, so you basically just gotta shoot how it wants you to shoot. So you're gonna be shooting in like 30 frames a second. Like I said, this and all my stuff I shoot in 24 frames a second because I like that more movie like cinematic look, and the SX70 will give you some the SX740 will give you something that's more like what you see on like TV shows or like soap operas. Of course, you can record it and then when you put in your editing software, you can put it in a 24 frames per second timeline to kind of get around that kind of and it works pretty good. But yeah, no. Let me see if I can show this. 'Cause I used to know how to do this and now I can't do it. Okay, I'm sure it's this. Okay, and then this, and then here we go, right there, just like this. Okay. Oh, okay. So it comes to the side. Okay. So here I am. And if I come here, is this the camera that you're talking about? This one right here, the SX 740 HS? Like I said, if that's it, that's a solid camera. Uh, they don't say nothing about the specs on this page. I have to go to like Amazon or something to look it up. But oh yeah, let's do that. Let's pop up. Here's some other stuff. There's another one. It might come in this silver color. Okay. It's from Adorama. Yeah, $500. That's typically what this goes for. Yeah, let's check the specs because I think, yeah, it's a 4K shooter, 4K video recording capabilities for cinematic quality videos. Of course, it's not technically cinematic unless you can get that 24 frames a second, which I don't think it does. It does have a 20 megapixel sensor, but yeah, this one has, I think, a 1/5 inch sensor in it. So it's not very big, a very big sensor. So, like I said, you won't yeah, it says Digit 8 processor, shoot 4K videos and 30p video. Yeah, so 30 frames per second. So you can take that footage and put it in a 24 frames a second timeline, and you be solid on that. Let me stop sharing. But yeah, so yeah, it's to sum it up, it's a good camera. I didn't look at it. I don't know if it has a microphone jack. That's gonna be the difference. I'm looking back at it real fast to see if it has one. I can't remember, but that's gonna be if you can get a microphone jack, and unfortunately, I don't think this has one. Still not the end of the world. You can record audio separately and then sync it when like I said, if you want to get that crazy with it, you can do all that. Honestly, it probably has decent preamps. You'll have to keep the camera close to you and close enough that you can touch it, and the audio should be fine. Uh like I said, you talk in a room like this, like I got carpet and stuff, so the sound doesn't bounce around all over the place, and the audio shouldn't be, distracting or anything like that. Uh, so let's see. It's definitely and then yeah, okay, I read that one. So yeah, John Stone says 2024 election prediction. I don't know. Like I said, I ain't trying to lose all my friends out here. But yeah, it's definitely interesting with Biden dropping out and Kamala taking over. Now it's actually a race now. Okay. Honestly, I was seeing it an easy dub for Trump before Biden dropped out, but now, you know what I'm saying? Like it Now it's not so secure. And honestly, Trump hasn't been looking good lately as far as speeches he's been making and stuff. He's visibly rattled, and he definitely wants Joe Biden back. Okay, he hates the fact that he has to face Kamala because she's, I mean, love her, hate her, she's much more competent than Joe Biden is. She's younger, she's more energetic, and all of that. So he's actually got a fight on his hands now, whether he likes it or not. So, but that's all I'll say about it though, because like I said, I know a lot of the elections making a lot of people bitter. And first, how can you? I can't believe you got that camera for $50. That's a great pick. Like I said, I keep this one. It's an older one. Oh, I accidentally turned it on. It's an older one, but like I said, I still like the image that it gives off for the most, especially for photos. Like I said, this is something I would take if I was going to like a concert or something. I could smuggle that in, you know. But let's see. Lady Pelvic, Pro Jared, The Gaming Shelf, and Cannot Be Tamed, all doing sponsor reviews. Very sus. And that sucks, man, because they didn't used to. Now I remember Gaming Shelf. I used to watch Gaming Shelf. I used to watch Cannot Be Tamed. I used to watch her stuff all the time. Lady Pelvic, I just subbed to her like last year, the year before. She wasn't doing all that. And I mean, good for them that they reached that next plateau, but sometimes like people will just sponsor anything because they get a little kickback or whatever. And I would say, like I said, there's nothing wrong with doing sponsor videos, but just do sponsor videos. Just sponsor something that's going to be useful for your viewers, something that they're actually going to be interested in. Okay, because that's your name you're putting on that. And if, like I said, if you freaking like start peddling like Ridge wallets and stuff like that, like yeah, everybody's gonna be looking at you sus. Like that's that like I said, that's your name you're putting on that. So yeah, I don't understand why people do that, but couldn't be me though. Like I said, eventually I might do some sponsor videos, but it would be sponsored for stuff that I would actually use and stuff that I actually do. Like on my a video or on my photography channel, if like there's sponsors that I would use based on stuff that I already use, like Lomography. If they came up and wanted to do a sponsor video with me, test a camera, some I'd probably do it because I do like Lomography's products. And so I was using them when I was broken alone. Okay, using a lot of this stuff, like the lights that I use in here and stuff. If some of these people like GVM wanted to, hey, you sponsor lights and do a video about it, like, yeah, probably because I already like their product. So I wouldn't have to lie or feel like I'm cheating anybody or deceiving them or nothing like that. Let's see. Toby says, I recently got into PS2 emulation and it's been a blast. It sure beats spending big money on games like Hunting Ground, etc. Yeah, that's facts. I don't care. At this point, I'm not dropping $350 for Haunting Ground. I'm not dropping $700 for Siren. Okay. You can still get that on the PS3 store right now for $10. There's no reason to do that. No reason. Like I said, unless you really just grew up with the game and you used to have it and you just want to hold that physical copy again and you really got that nostalgia. That's what I was telling people a couple of years back about fourth gen stuff, about Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis stuff. Like, how easy it is to emulate that now and have it play one to one like it did on original hardware. I'm not going and buying all those expensive cartridge games and I'm just not doing it. And I never really cared about them as far as like I never owned them. I used to play them growing up because like everybody I knew had a Super Nintendo or a Genesis and we was too poor to own one. So I would and play it. So I played all those games back in the day, but I don't have that same kind of ties to like owning the copy and doing all that. So like if I just want to go back and play it again for old time's sake, I'll fire up my Wii or my Wii U with all the Super Nintendo, all the Nintendo games, all the Genesis games on it. Fire up my OG Xbox with a bunch of games on it. Like I'll just do it like that. PC setup is on my list of things to buy. That's gonna go upstairs in the attic though. I got a whole like there's a nook up there that kind of leads to like a window off to the side, and that's gonna be like my editing bay. So I'm gonna get the PC set up there, and I'll probably be streaming like you know PS2 games up there. And like I said, I'm gonna have Haunting Ground on there and Siren and Rule of Rose and all of that stuff. But yeah, I'm not dropping that money. Now if I catch somebody slipping in the garage sale, okay. You know what I'm saying? One of my homeboys really need the money, so he kicking me for the good deal. Maybe, you know. Oh yeah, Maximo, Ghost of Glory, and Maximo Army is in. Okay. Both of those pretty good games. And I mean 3D, basically like 3D renditions of like Ghost and Ghouls, like the Ghost series. Like those were really fun platformers. And I love me a good action platformer. Okay. That's what I like about Kaya. Kaya is a really good action platformer. Uh the Savage is in the house. Savage, what's going on? Okay. PS2 must play original Splitters for sure. Time Splitters 2, I used to play the crap out of that demo when it was on that demo disc back in the day. And you just play that first level in the snow base, and I was just clipping with the sniper rifle. Time Splitters so slept on, and it's crazy that Time Splitters is so slept on, considering how much people revere the original GoldenEye on the N64. Because Time Splitters is just GoldenEye with better graphics. It's made by the same team. They have the same kind of feel with the auto aim and the very smooth animations and things like that. Like the games to me really do feel like the GoldenEye game, on N64 when I play Time Splitters. And yeah, I don't know why they're so slept on. Future Perfect was really good too. Second Sight, which is also made by the same team, like those are really good first person shooters. Upcoming Shinobi looks amazing. I saw leaked footage. I haven't. I'll have to check that back. And I'm back, just like you're back. Absolutely. Welcome back, Waves and Games. Okay, if you're just joining us, Lightsaber Samurai here after a 7 month hiatus. Okay, we're in a new space. We're getting this set up. You'll see more of it in the coming days as I drop more of this content. But I just wanted to come back with a live stream just to, see if anybody still cared. And lo and behold, here y'all are showing out. So I appreciate you guys popping in on the stream. Uh, let's see. My PS2 must buy or play is B-Boy. I already told Lightsaber about it. Yeah, the hobbyists don't even talk about that one. Don't let the Olympics controversy deter you. You'll learn a lot. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I remember you mentioned. I that's still one that I gotta pick up. Say, yeah, that's the one. It's black. Yeah, the fact, Zyball, that you got that camera for $50 and that's a $500 camera. That's nuts. Okay. But yeah, you should get some pretty good image quality on that. It's comparable to like their pro version of that, which is the GX series. So like the GX Mark II, GX7 Mark II, GX7 Mark III. Those come with a few more bells and whistles like manual controls and like headphone port. But like I said, if you really want to get jiggy with it, okay, you can even record on your phone, okay, while you're uh recording the camera. Like if you need to have the camera further back for a wider shot, just hit play on the camera, hit play on your phone, count to five, and then just start talking while you're voice recording. And you can keep this right off a frame just like that. Hide it real close to your mouth, and you can sit there and record on your phone, and then put the audio clip in your uh in your editor, and then put the video clip in the editor, and go to where you count down to five on each clip, and then sync it up easy, and you can have some really good audio. So you can get around that pretty easy. But yeah, it's a good camera. It's going to get you some. They use a lot of AI and computational photography in that, so it's like your iPhone. It's going to get you a good image, with little effort. So even though it doesn't have manual controls, you don't really need them because it's gonna get you a really good shot. Like I said, the only other thing I would change on it is that it records at 30 frames a second, but you can certainly upload in 30 frames a second, or you can take that and then change the timeline to 24 when you put it in editing software, and then boom, and you got something a little more cinematic. So yeah, yeah, that's a great deal for $50. Okay, that's crazy. Sitting right here for you whenever you're ready. Don't trip. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's so nice to be back. Like I'm so excited. And like I said, my old space, I was just getting it dialed in to where it was, you know, really starting to feel nice. But this room is so much bigger. Like it's just I didn't have enough room in the old room I was in. And like I said, I had room for one shelf, and I crammed like 150 of my favorite games on it. And then here I got more space. I got probably about a fourth of my collection on display. Like I said, ultimately, I'm gonna this wall here, this desk is gonna go. I'm still gonna keep this desk or probably a smaller one in here with this laptop and camera set up on it and maybe move it to that corner. But this wall, I'm just gonna put IKEA Kallax shelves on here, just the big cubed ones, you know, like the 5 foot cube ones, and just make this whole wall those shelves and just display all my games on this wall. So eventually, that's what I'm gonna do, and I'll be able to fit them all in here, and we'll just rock it like that. Let's see. I film and export at 24 frames a second. Yeah, for sure. And up to 240 for some shots. Yeah, if you need that crispy slow mo. Okay. How are the cats doing? The cats are okay. Still being crackheads. Actually, they were wilding out. They kept hopping up on the desk. I closed them out, which is nice because I have doors I could do that. When I was in my favorite room in the basement, there was no door. They could just walk down the stairs, and there was one live stream. I think I was streaming with level 857, and Kona like hopped up on the light and tore the whole light down like midstream, and it all fell on top of me, and it was all bad. But yeah, like I said, if they get too squirrely like that, I can just put them out now, and that's nice. So, but yeah, they're good. They're good. We had a third cat for a brief period of time, and when I was at the townhome, my neighbors, one of like people that lived near me, they moved out and left their cat, abandoned their cat. It was a little gray cat with white mitts. We ended up calling him Socks, but he would wait outside our house every day and knew what time I got home and would let me like pick him up and would always be trying to jump on me and stuff. And then one day the weather was really bad. It was like sleeting and snowing. It was like 13 degrees outside and he was out there like shivering. So my girlfriend brought him in and he wasn't trying to leave after that. So he basically claimed us. But Kona and Milo was not standing for it. Kona in particular was very hostile towards Socks. And even when we moved to the apartment I was in before here, we had Socks moved with us. And eventually my girlfriend, one of her friends, took him in and is raising him now. And so that was my guy right there. Super sweet cat, but Kona was being a total crackhead about it, was not letting him in the space at all. So, scariest games I ever played. Um, hmm, trying to think. Honestly, I think some of the scariest games I done played, like before, like VR stuff, like Rush of Blood was really scary to me. And it's crazy. I still have not played Resident Evil 7 in VR yet. I have it back there, but I'm still too scared to pop that in because it's in VR. But yeah, before that, like in the older, I think the oh, what is it? The why am I spacing on it? The camera ones. You know what I'm talking about? Fatal Frame. The Fatal Frame series. I thought they had really good graphics. They were super scary. Yeah, those really scared me back in the day. Like so those I thought were genuinely scary. The Resident Evil games, not so much, honestly. Uh the scariest one I think to me was part two. But part 2 wasn't so bad because I just started out with the easy mode where I had the submachine gun, the infinite ammo, and then it was a lot of fun, but it wasn't that scary. Silent Hill was scarier than Resident Evil. At least it was during the PS1 and PS2 era, in my opinion. Silent Hill 2 or Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3. all super scary. They're super trippy, and that's what made them scary. But yeah, those games, yeah, all those I felt were scary. The Silent Hill and the Fatal Frame series, those were the scary games before I start playing like horror games in VR and being scared. Let's see. Did you have to beat any kids up recently? No, man. Actually, my kids are really good this year for the most part. I got like a couple of kids that are super annoying. That it's crazy. There's one kid in one of my classes. He's just annoying. He talks all the time, and he really don't know how to do the work in the class, and so he just clowns around because he's embarrassed because he don't know how to do the work. But it's like if you would just lock in and let me help you learn how to do the work, you wouldn't have to feel that way. But yeah, it's just that, and I don't think he got proper guidance at home and this and that. Honestly, if I was his age, I would bully him. Like he would have been somebody I bullied back in the day because he's just annoying and just don't know when to stop. But he's not a bad kid. He just, you know what I'm saying, needs some good leadership. I'll be trying, but yeah, I don't know. But for the most part, kids, I've been really enjoying the kids this year. They've been a lot of fun. It's tough because last year I was doing so much different stuff. Like I was teaching a film and photography class, and we used to put on like videos for the school. I'm gonna get those videos and probably post them on my photography channel, mainly so they can go back and watch them. But I'll probably post them there if y'all want to see them. Some of them are pretty funny videos. So I'll probably post those on there. We used to do that. Like I said, I was teaching gaming concepts. I posted some of those videos on my TikTok. Like I have a TikTok. I don't really do anything with it, but like I said, when I was teaching that class, I would post videos like some of our lessons and stuff, some of the stuff we were working on. So that was a lot of fun. I used to do video games, esports and stuff like that after school as well. So it's tough. A lot of the kids they were returning. They're like, "Hey, Mr. S, we can't find your classroom. Where'd they move your classroom? We're trying to take your class and da da da." And we tried to, pick your class at the beginning of the year, and we couldn't find it. And I had to tell them like, "Oh man, I don't have my classroom anymore." Like they shut me down. So that's really sad. But honestly, I'm part a lot a big part of me is relieved that I don't have to worry about doing all that extra work that I was doing last year because I was going really hard last year and it was cool, but like I said, this year I can just relax and focus on my online classes and all of that stuff. And like I said, we got this house, so there's a bunch of house projects I got to work on and save up money for and all that stuff. So it's nice to just be able to chill and come home right after school and either bust out some homework or cook dinner or clean up or whatever the case. So let's see, where is Kona? Like I said, yeah, Kona and Milo, they were being really rowdy, like kept hopping up here and they walk on the laptop and so they push buttons and be messing up the stream. So I have to lock them out. So but my girl's home now, so they out there chilling with her. And I don't know if her friends are still here. They quiet out there suspiciously. I have to check, see what they're doing, actually. They did. That's crazy. I think they did. Like they was just in here. So they done came and went. She said they just wanted to see the house. I thought they were just gonna like chill over here, but I guess not. So whatever. Let's see. Are you still a teacher full time saving America's youth? Yeah, like I said, I've gone back to just doing like my assistant duties and I'll cover when teachers calling sick or whatever. But yeah, like I said, that's all I've been doing. Still very much involved with the children's day to day. And so it's been a blast, but yeah, like I said, I've taken a step back at least until I finish school so I can teach officially and then I'll be back at it and I'll try to have to figure out how I can dance around that and YouTube because I don't want to like I said, basically last year I was doing full teacher duties and going to school. So I think I'll still have time if I just manage it better. I'll still have time to upload YouTube videos once I start teaching full time. Just, you know, I don't know. Zap Crystal was doing it. Zap Crystal's a teacher. At least she was. I don't know if she still is, but yeah, she teaches. And I haven't popped in on her channel a while, but she was being consistent and live streaming and doing all that. Got remarried and all that, and so yeah, she was still active on YouTube while, dealing with juggling her personal life. So maybe I just need to manage my time better. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Uh, said I made a Fatal Frame reference in my next video. Sweet. So yeah, like I said, there's some horror games I want to dive into. I guess honestly, I should start filming that stuff now, so I don't have to like rush out the content in October because I really want to be. If I can film a bunch of videos this month, Halloween themed videos, then I can drop those while I live stream next month, and I can just be very consistent on it. I tried to do a bunch of batch shooting today because I was off, but I didn't really get a chance because I spent a lot of the day setting the room up finally. And like I said, setting up my live stream setup. So like I said, but it's nice because this is just here in place. It doesn't move. So I can just come in, sit down, turn everything on, and hit the start stream button so I can walk in the room with everything turned off and be streaming within about 5 minutes of coming in. So that's nice. So yeah. So we'll be doing some more streaming because I got the setup here. And in future streams I'll actually have some stuff to talk about. Like I said, I just set it up and was just like so excited that I got to set up. I said, man, I'm about to just hop on. And no time like the present. I was gonna say, oh, let me finish making this video first, and but that way this video will probably be ready Tuesday. I'll probably finish filming it tomorrow, and I'll probably start editing tomorrow, and I'll finish the edit on Tuesday, and I'll probably upload Tuesday night. So it'll probably be up Tuesday, Wednesday, somewhere in there. So, but yeah, and then we'll go on to the next one, and I'm gonna just try to take it one step at a time, and hopefully I can get back to being at least somewhat. Like I said, eventually I want to at least drop one video and one stream a week. So I think I'm gonna keep with Sundays being the stream day. Uh, but I don't know which day I'll upload. Probably it'll probably be like Sundays and Wednesdays, like streams on Sundays, videos on Wednesdays, something like that. I don't know. I don't want to put a schedule to it because I know I'm not gonna stick to it. So, but something like that. Betty Blue says, "Hey, I forgot I was up to you. Glad to see you up." Yeah, man, I'm glad to. I'm so glad to be back. It was weird too because when I moved in here, I tried a couple of times to make videos, and I was telling my girl it was almost like I was under this spell. Like every time I would try to sit in front of the camera and make something, I would just talk myself out of it, and then I just wouldn't make anything. Like it was weird. And so that's why once I set up the live show, I said, "Man, I'm gonna just go live." And so now I can look at my channel tomorrow and see that I got some new views on it. I can see that maybe I gained a subscriber or two, but I can see that the last thing I haven't posted wasn't 7 months ago. You know what I mean? And I think that'll help a lot psychologically to push out the next video, the next video, the next video. Because, like I said, we moved in here in April and I could have shot, like I said, the summer. I was plowed over the summer with work, and then I was going to school like full time, and so I was going hard in the summer. So I was gonna take that time uh to make content because I had saved up a bunch of money, but that money I spent on getting this house. So and I didn't have that money, so I had to go work a summer job uh at the rec center that I worked at. So that didn't happen like I wanted to. But like I said, I could have put out videos, and I just haven't because every time I tried to, it was just like either it was analysis paralysis, like, oh, I don't have the right lens, or this camera isn't charged up yet, or, you know, oh, this light isn't in the right place, or the background's not clean, or whatever the case. It was always something. And I just wouldn't make a video. And so that's why I was today. I was like, man, I'm going to just clean up real good. I cleaned up the whole house real good. I said, I'm going to clean up this room. And then I said, I'll start filming a video. Then I started filming the video and I was like, you know what? I got the streaming set up. Said, man, I'm gonna just go live. Let me just get on it right now. Even though I ain't got nothing to talk about other than why I've been gone and all that stuff and whatever you guys want to talk about. Like usually I try to have a theme with these live streams, but I don't today. But I was like, you know what? I just gotta get on. However, so damn, that was fast. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, OTG, yeah, overthink gaming. I forgot about him, man. Overthink Gaming roasting that video she did with old boy was peak. Yeah. Wait, who is it he was roasting? Yeah, boy 12. You gotta tell me who is the OGT was roasting. I guess I could go look myself. Let me pull up YouTube real fast. Okay. Yeah, man. I used to enjoy Overthink Gaming. Okay, back in the day. I used to just love watching him roast Darius Truxton and Canadian Gamer and all them weirdos. Like, yeah. Man, Joe Casey done changed his channel name again. I forgot he experienced junkie now. Okay. I'm gonna check out what he got because I ain't seen that video. But look at OTG. He has 7,000 subs now. He getting there. Man, I gotta get back on that too. I gotta get my subs up. I'm not gonna lie. I feel bad that I'm still at 2,000. And I wonder, like I said, I'm like, man, if I didn't take that 8 months off, if I had actually ramped it up, where would I be at right now, sub wise? But let's see. Alyssa Mercant Summer Games Fest Meltdown. Is that what you talking about? Back in Steve Virtual Signals for Retro Rit or Virtue Signals rather. Yeah. But like I said, it I like OTG, but I stopped watching him because all his videos started to just be about like the drama that was going on between YouTubers. And I don't need a gossip channel. I don't need that in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's tough because when he makes like I said, OTG, and I told him before, like he was putting himself in a situation where people won't watch his content unless he's talking about somebody else. Who is it? Radical Rick. I told him the same thing too. Back when he was clowning on Metal Jesus, and they was saying I was simping for Metal Jesus, and I was like, it wasn't that. I'm just telling you, like, because I like his commentary and I like OTG's commentary. But when I think OTG is peak when he's doing like game reviews or he's doing like tech reviews, like over like controllers or monitors or things like that. I think like his content is really good when he does that. But the problem is now because he spends so much of his time talking about other people, whenever he wants to express himself in that way and talk about something else that he's passionate about, then the views aren't there and people don't watch because they don't care. They just, oh no, you the channel that, you know what I'm saying? So it'll take some time to, fight that stigma off. But yeah, so yeah, I like OTG, but I think he just leans too much towards, worrying about what other people got going on. And so it's whatever. And like I said, it's funny because he used to clown on like Darius Truction and Canadian Gamer, and that's basically what they were doing. They were just attacking like popular YouTubers and just being a dissenting voice just for views, like just so people could, basically they was just jealous of other people's success and all of that. But as Darius Truxton, I don't know, he get his video like taken down like every 3 days. But no context. Darius Truxton. Somebody made a. Let's all sit back and laugh at Darius Truxton. Sad because was laughing like the anti baby thing. This somebody channel was posted on. Oh, that's I don't know. I ain't got time for all that. I just be trying to focus on stuff I be wanting to talk about. But I don't even know if this man got a channel right now, Darius Truxton, because he, like I said, he'll do something stupid or steal somebody else's content or whatever and get his channel taken down, or he'll go on like a racist or homophobic like tirade and get his channel taken down. So I don't know. He's definitely got some mental illness issues. So I try to give him a pass, but he weird. So I don't fool with the weirdos. Dominique Belcher, thanks. I appreciate it. Like I said, the setup's not quite done yet, but Like I said, it was to a point where I could hop on and present it. So, yeah, there's some more stuff I definitely want to do in here, but yeah, this will work for now. Yeah, you can finish an edit in 30 minutes. I've seen you do it. That's facts. Hey, it wasn't good though. Okay. Not like yours. Okay. Your edit blew mine away. We definitely have to do that again. Like next time we in the same city, we got to do that or something like that again. I got to brush up my skills though, because I'm just getting back into making video content. Honestly, that's not true. I've been making video content the whole time I've been away. Honestly, like I said, last year I was doing video content for the school and we made a bunch of fun videos. Like I said, I want to put those on my other channel just so people can see them. I think the students will appreciate that too, seeing that, getting to see themselves, because the kids always look forward to that. Every other Friday, we would drop a video, and so the whole school would be like, we would, I would share it to all the teachers in the school, and then they can play it during like the advocacy class or whatever, which is just like a half period class. But we made like little 10 to 15-minute videos about the goings on about school, and then we threw in some sketches and stuff too, like Chappelle Show or like in living color style, sketches. And it was a blast. It was a blast. Some of the videos kind of felt like watching The Office, which is weird, but I don't know. That was just the turn it took. And the kids were like really down for it. And it got to the point like Mr. S, like the Pulse was the name of the group that I put together. And so they'd be like, "Oh, Mr. S, you got to bring the pulse by." It's an acronym, stands for persistence, understanding, leadership, success, effort, which is kind of like our school's mantra. So yeah, and the kids be like, "Mr. S, you got to bring the pulse to my classroom. Like I want to be in the next video and da 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 da." And so yeah, it was cool. So I'm gonna put that stuff on there. And so like we did a lot of filming with that. Although the kids did most of the filming, I just kind of guided them. So they operated the cameras and stuff like that, and so that was dope. But um, like I said, I took another speech class over the summer, so I took it online. So I had to make video speeches for that. So I made a lot of videos over the summer for the class and stuff like that. So it's not as cool as like I, doing my YouTube stuff, but I wasn't completely out of practice. Uh, do live streaming 100% boost your confidence to make videos again. That's what I'm working through right now, right? Like, okay, yeah, so you feel me. Yeah, I just feel like I've been in this rut. Like I just couldn't get myself out. And I would try to sit down and make a video and just couldn't do it. Or I would sit there and I'm like, man, let me get something to eat real fast, and I would eat and then sit on the couch and just yeah, it was really like I was under some kind of spell. Like, and that was part of, again, that was another reason why I was live streaming, because that was freaking me out. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. Like, there's somebody, out there praying on my downfall, like put a hex on, but like, oh man, I gotta get back into it one way or the other. I just gotta force myself to do it. And now that I force myself, it feels fantastic. And hopefully I can actually make some actual content. That's got my hair poking up like that. So hopefully, like I said, this week I can come out with the next one. And in the next one we can just get back to it. Uh, let's see, dude live streaming. Oh, I already read that one. I made some videos with my son trying out the first Medal of Honor. I've been trying to get better before releasing anything. Yeah, that's true, man. Like yeah, because I put out like my early videos, some of the worst videos you'll see on the internet. I stand by that. It's super cringe, but it's also kind of fun to like look back, like after you do like get a rhythm and like you find your voice and like how you want to make videos and do it how you want to do it. It's fun to go back and see like that early progress and see how far you've come. And it's cool for, I think, for your audience to do that, to see that as well. But it's just tough because in this day and age, it's not like it used to be, right? Where only the best YouTubers had decent equipment, you know what I mean? And like, you had to be wealthy to like buy a 4K camera and then have a computer set up that can edit it and run it and do all that. And like I said, we all got phones now. Like this phone, this is an old LG phone. It's like 4 years old, but it can shoot in 8K. It's crazy. Like, but the playing field is so level now. But because of that, everybody's content is like really high, right? Like they got nice quality. Like I said, this light that's shining on me now, this was super cheap light, and I put a little super cheap diffuser in front of it. But like I said, it's cheap light. That blue light that's shining in the background, that's a $20 light. Okay. My PlayStation light on there, super dope. That was 20 bucks. This microphone I'm talking to, got this at Walmart. I like it because it can change colors, you know. But yeah, this is this also was like 25 dollar mic. And it sounds okay. Honestly, the sound quality isn't that great compared to even like something like my blue mic, but I mean this is only 100, and this sounds fantastic. And so I got two of these. I got another one in a box somewhere, But yeah, you can acquire some of this stuff so cheap now. Like I said, I've got this camera's a 4K shooter. This is the Canon R8 right here that I've been testing out. That one's dope. Like I said, I got the Lumix S5 that can shoot 6K raw. And I use this for like when I shoot like professional videos or like music videos and stuff now. Still got my 90D down there. I got my Fuji XE3 down there. Like it's crazy. Like this stuff isn't that expensive anymore. So like you can accumulate like a lot of like professional level equipment very easy. So because of that, it's kind of harder to stand out because everybody's work is so good now. So yeah, and like I said, even if you don't get any of that, just like I said, your phone can put out a decent image, and especially with computational photography and AI, like I was talking about with your camera, like you can put it in a mode where it'll blur the background for you and do all the thinking for you. So you don't really have to chef up the image. Like you can just press what mode you want to be in, and it'll give you the look you want based on what mode you're in. So, like I said, it's really just about like being able to speak well, I guess, and just having really good content and being engaging and having great thumbnails and great titles and all of that stuff. Like it's all the other little things, right? And so, yeah, I think it's harder now than ever to, so it's easier now than ever to make good content, but I think because of that, it's harder than ever to make like great content, like, and to be consistently with the great content and all of that. So, and again, you can still there's still lower budget channels with lower production values still have really good content. And Joe Casey is a good example of that. Part of the reason why Joe Casey is able to batch the way he does, same reason with Dr. Josh. Dr. Josh had like an old phone and just like the video quality wasn't there necessarily. He didn't use lights or microphones or anything like that, but because he didn't have all the equipment, he didn't fall victim to analysis paralysis where it's like, "Oh man, which camera am I gonna use? Which mic? Where should I put my lights? Which lens should I get?" Like, you don't have to think about that. You just turn it on and go. And there's something to be said about that too. So I for years I've been trying to strike a good balance between having decent production values and being able to be that consistent, but I still ain't got it yet. So but it is nice. I appreciate that, Dominic. It's nice when people notice and say, "Hey, you got that's a nice setup." Like, or some people tell me like some of my students found my stuff and they're like, "Oh, Mr. S, like your videos look like real YouTube videos." I'm like, "Oh, okay, thanks, I guess." Like, so, uh, let's see. Dominic says, "What is the meaning of life?" Ooh, what is the meaning of life? That is a good one. How would I sum that up? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's dang, you really got me thinking about what the meaning of life is. It's funny to think about because like our chances at being born are so slim. Like the fact that we even exist, Well, and it depends on how much you believe like the science of our beginning versus like the religious aspect of our beginning, right? Because if you believe in the religious aspect, then it's all God's plan, and it's none of it's an accident or a mistake or anything like that. If you believe that, the science of it and how we evolved and how the beginning of how Earth began and all of that and how all of it was just kind of chance and like It's crazy to think about, like, if you think about it like that, it doesn't really matter which way you think about it, but even if you think about it like it's all up to chance, like, because you're here, like, you really just gotta try to make the most of it, try to make an impact, uh, and just try to be a net positive, you know? And that's all only thing I try to do. I just try to be a net positive, like, leave things better than they were the way I found them, you know? And try to grow and just be the best person I can. So, that's what I'm out here trying to do. He was roasting the music videos that Crystal did with who I assume is her new guy. I think it may still be on his channel. Oh, was if it was the bald dude with glasses, then yeah, that's her new dude. She did a music video. That's crazy. I kind of got to see it. I don't know. I feel like it might be cringe, but it might be cringe in a good way. I don't know. I'm pretty cringe, so I ain't judging. But I'll have to check it out, see what he was roasted about. Because he do be making funny stuff. And actually, Overthink Gaming, he really made me step up my production values. And like I said, I take a lot of his advice as far as like he was talking about like video game YouTubers with the little kids room. I'd be all like messy and like I've talked about it in videos before, but I definitely try to have think about my background as a set and try to have my set clean and put together and things like that. And honestly, it's still not quite put together, but I've got the lighting so it's kind of moody back there, but it's also dark. You really can't see the individual shells, but they're not tidy. If I shine the lighter turned on the main light, you would see it's not that great. But like I said, I know how to film around that now. But like I said, they would put all their games stuff, like Happy Console Gamer. He was one of the first to film in front of his like video game shelves, but he would have those cheap shelves like we all used to have, from Walmart or whatever. And we put a bunch of games on, and the shelves start bowing, and it would just look tacky and terrible. And you combine that with the fact that we would shoot right up against our backgrounds, and so it just, so like I said, now I got probably about 8 feet between me and the shelves. And so I can get that depth of field and things like that. And, I had to learn this, like just learning about film and photography. But, I definitely took what he was saying to heart after I got done being mad about it because I was pissed off at how he just clocked me like that, even though he didn't know who I was. But I felt like he was speaking to me because I was doing all those things he was talking about and how so hi guys, and oh, this is a great game, and you try to be like fake excited, or in the case of Angry Video Nerd, fake angry, and it's just like it's all of it is it was really kind of cringe, like when you think about it. So once I actually got out of my feelings and I started taking his advice like objectively, like I was like, yeah, he right. Let me step my game up. And so then I got to watching people like Peter McKinnon and like really high level like film and photography YouTubers. And so my whole aesthetic now is basically like if somebody like a Peter McKinnon had a video game collection, how would they present it? How would it look? How would his videos look? And so I'd be trying to be on that. And so yeah. But let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and look at her music video though. I don't know her dude's name, but I feel like if I go to her channel, I'll find it. Maybe I'll just type in Zap Crystal music video and see if it pop up. See, my next video is called 37 Life Lessons I Learned from you or from video games. It was supposed to be 36 when I was 36, but it took me a year to actually make it. So now it's 37. That's great. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's funny. Like it is interesting to think about like real world things that I know and I learned from video games. And yeah, that's cool. I'll have to see what you come up with because I'll definitely be sounding off in the comments with some of my own things. Like it's crazy how much people know about guns from video games, you know? Like and kids now they grow up with like COD and stuff like that or Rainbow Six Siege, but like the Siphon Filter games, I learned a lot about guns from playing the Siphon Filter games and like GoldenEye, like what an MP5 looks like, or a SPAS 12, or an AK-47, or an M16, and things like that. It's just random things like oh, I know like what guns look like and what they are and all that. So, um, but yeah, it's interesting to think about that stuff. Some of those games were so detailed back then that you could actually learn stuff. like real life stuff from them because they try to make them as realistic as possible at the times. A lot of simulation games were like that. So, okay, Big Rome G is in the house. What's going on, sir? Good to see you in the stream, man. It's been a long time. Indeed, it has. Okay. Ways and Gay said he's filming a professional video on Thursday with his phone. It's all about the edit and story these days because everyone can film pretty. And that's facts. Like I said, and it's kind of tough because even like like hold on, let me grab something real quick. But yeah, like you said, it's tough because everybody can film pretty. Like I was saying with, the computational photography and the AI that they put in a lot of phones and stuff. Like you don't have to, back in the day, you really have to chef up images and film like, like they were real like artisans back then, like really, taking their time to do it. And so that's kind of what got me out of like shooting a lot of like the photography I would do on my digital cameras because it's like, man, and you can put your camera in manual mode and you can dial in your settings and you can learn your exposure triangle and you can do all that stuff. But the thing is, you don't have to. Back then, you had to if you wanted your image to look good. And like Waves and Games are saying, you don't have to do that right now. Like I said, I can put my phone straight up in auto and get some good images that I can post on Instagram. I can put a cool filter on it once I get into Instagram, make it look even better, and that's it. Like it goes to Instagram, everybody will look at it and like it, give it a couple of hearts, and then it just kind of dies on there. A few weeks later, you don't really think about it, and the image is just gone. And so I bought this recently. Okay, is the next camera in my film and photography journey. This is the Crown Graphics. This is a speed, or no, this is a press camera from like the 40s and 50s. Fold it out like that. I love how compact it folds in, but yeah, with the old school bellows and all of that, like, and so I've been shooting on this bad boy. Been shooting 4x5. Okay, been shooting 4x5 images and been shooting like Instax film. There's a cool like add-on that you can do because 4x5 film is super expensive and you have to send it off to get it developed if you don't have your own developed equipment and all of that. But like I said, I've been doing that just to kind of get back in love with photography and just like I said, with it, you can't just point and shoot this camera. You really have to dial in settings. Everything's manual. So like here's a picture of my girlfriend's like uncle. He was over the house, and I used Instax film to shoot. Use this camera to shoot with Instax film because there's a cool back that you can put on it. But like I said, this is an image that you can easily get on an iPhone or something like that. And it's just a picture of him in front of our house. But like I said, I really had to work to get that photo with that camera. And it still looks pretty good. The sharpness is there and still on. It's crazy because that's a nearly 90-year-old camera, but the sharpness is on par with stuff that you would get, from a Sony camera or whatever you shooting with today. But like I said, that photo took me about 4 minutes to take, So I really had to like chef up the image and make sure the settings were right. And it's so cool to shoot photography like that. Just because I kind of feel like I'm a professional, like I really have to think about the shot. So that's really cool. Um, let's see. Here's the meaning of life we told our daughter tonight. Our goal isn't to be famous or to have all the money in the world. Our goal is to bring good into the world. That's facts. That's all you can do, man. James Baldwin said that I'm paraphrasing here, but he said that society and the world, like it's all really held together by the love of a small number of people. There's we get caught up because there's so much negativity and so much wickedness, but there really are, a minority of people just really out there just trying to do the best they can day after day after day. and those that like that's the glue that's like holding mankind and the human race together. And crazy times like we're going, like I said, somebody's was it John that was asking me about the yeah, John Stone asking me about the election earlier. It's like, man, that stuff is brutal. Like, you get people talking about that, and it's just it's craziness on both sides. And so like it's just people forget how to be civil to each other, and there's people that think being nice and being civil is pussy and all that, and like just this you see like this mantra of might makes right taking over again, and it's crazy, like you know. So it's hard to like shout that out and do the right thing like in the midst of all that, but you know, there's salute to the people out there really trying to do that. So that's crazy. So to me, that's the meaning of life, to bring good into the world. Yeah, that's facts. Because we got one time to go around and do it, and we don't know how much time we got. I could die tomorrow, and hopefully, I could say that I did all right. There's somebody out there that'll look back and be like, man, like Mr. S like really had a profound impact on me. Whether it's somebody that enjoyed a YouTube video of mine or a student of mine or whoever, like I hope that somebody like years from now can say, "Man, like he did me a good turn," you know. And like that's the same way I mark success. Like I don't mark success with like how much money I make or how many views I got or whatever. Like I mark success by like can somebody else do well with what I gave them? Like can it that help somebody else get to where they want to be? So I literally just found the video I was looking for it. Wait, Cybalba, what video was that you was looking for? Are you talking about the ones you made with your son? Probably ones you made with your son. Let's see. Any new music that you've been checking out? Not really. Man. It's been all about Drake and Kendrick Lamar all summer. It's crazy because, like I said, I moved in this spring and the summer, so like their beef, like that's like the soundtrack to my summer. It's funny. All those songs are going to be very like associated with this house because when I was moving in and I was getting set up, like that was like what was popping. So it's funny because there's some music that I associate when I play video games, and maybe I heard a song for the first time while playing this game, and so every time I play this game, I think about that song, and so that's how I feel about like this house, you know, like Not Like Us. I think about all the time because I heard that like it was like early in the morning when I heard it. I was telling my girl, he dropped again. He did it again. I was in my bathroom, okay, and stomping around. My girl heard me stalking around. She's like, "What you doing in there?" I was in the bathroom, sea walking, okay. So I'll never forget that. Okay, 2 in the morning, I was in my bathroom, and they're like sea walking. So yeah, no, I haven't been really checking anybody out lately. So Black had the best weapons. We talking about Twisted Metal Black, or what Black are we talking about? Oh no, you talking about the first person shooter Black? Yeah, yeah. No, man, Black was a phenomenal game. Oh my god, when that like it was crazy because I got that game. The Xbox 360 had already dropped. We was already in the seventh generation of video games when I played Black. And I'm like, dang, like, do I even need a new console? Like, this game looks crazy. It was crazy how good that game still looks. Even if you play it on original hardware, even if you play it on the original PS2, it's crazy how good that game still looks. And unfortunately, it came out a couple of years before they did like aim down the sights and gave us some of the modern like tropes that we look at when we look at first person shooters now. But I also kind of like that it kind of plays like the older school like first person shooters. It's kind of a blend between both, to be quite honest. So yeah, no, Black is fantastic. I wish actually they did make a pseudo there is a pseudo sequel to that, and I could put that in my video too that I wanna do on sequels that y'all might not have heard about. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I got it for Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, but it was basically the same team that made Black went on to make this game, and it wasn't as good as Black, but it kinda had a lot of those, like, touchstones, like, the really, like visceral stylized action and stuff like that. So we'll have to take a look at it. Body Count, was it Body Count? I think Body Count is the game I'm thinking about. It's made by the same group. So yeah. Yeah, yeah. Big Rum said I learned from learned guns from my pops. Yeah, I had an uncle, my uncle Edward. He used to keep a bunch of guns in the house. Him and my uncle Buck. My uncle Buck and my aunt Virginia, they were my great aunt and uncle. They lived out on a farm north of here. And that's where I first shot guns at. And I was like 10, like 9 or 10. And so yeah, we would shoot guns out there. That was, you know, you could do that back then. But yeah. I'm at work as usual. Yeah, we work out here working late. Sucks. I gotta get up early and go to work. I really don't want to. Actually, I'm taking Tuesday off. I'm about to go to drive to Missouri and see my brother for his birthday. Slumpenstein is in the house. What up, Slump God? Yeah, I'm 10 minutes behind on these comments. Okay, but yep, Slumpenstein in the house. Yep, you and Zybaba, y'all went out to that expo. I wish I could have gone, man. Zybaba, I was telling you about all the crazy stuff that was going on. Oh man, it's wild. Well, like I said, my girl, she went to work today, and she worked a full day today, and so she's starting to feel like a lot better. Her issues haven't gone away, but the new medicine we got her on has alleviated a lot of those crazy symptoms she was having. So, uh, yeah, Body Count. Yep, that's the one. Yep, Body Count was the spiritual sequel to Black. Yeah, I wish it was as good as Black, but still, I still enjoyed it. I'm always down for a good first person shooter. A good first person shooter with a decent like single player campaign. I don't really care for multiplayer that much. And honestly, there was a guy that came out with a video recently, just while I was doom scrolling on Facebook or Instagram or something like that. He was kind of criticizing like the Call of Duty games and how he doesn't like to play them anymore because he doesn't win at it. And on first glance, like when you first listen to it, it sounds like, oh man, just get good. Like that sounds like a skill diff. But honestly, I feel him on that because it's not like back in the day where you would just go in and just shoot it up and shoot it out with people, and then you win some, you lose some, but you was in there like getting it in. It's like I just want to play a first person shooter and just play the first person shooter. I don't care to learn like all these like 360 turn like exploits, that you can get, or from soft breaking the game, and doing all this stuff. Like I'm not trying to do all that. I'm not spending 40 hours a week trying to be the best COD player in the world like everybody else who plays COD. So it's like, yeah, like, and the lobbies are all toxic. Like, and the lobbies are always been toxic, but you know what I'm saying? It was, I don't know. It was just a simpler time. You just played the game. It wasn't about trying to find the exploits and, do all this, you know, and where people, where you be damn near hacking and all that. So I feel that. And like I said, games like Black, just simple first person shooters, high action, pretty decent like story campaign. You play it, go through it every once in a while, and yeah, it's good to go. Simple. That's what we like about it. I've had a choppy schedule within the last few weeks, and it's annoying. It's even more annoying considering the fact that I've been trying to leave where I'm at right now because I'm done with it. Now I feel that. That's how I was at Krispy Kreme when I left there. Like that schedule was crazy, and they was not. I was getting paid okay, and honestly, when I left there to go work at the school district, I took a huge pay cut. And still shout out to my girl because that first summer, she was really holding us down financially. She a real one for that. Okay. And it took me a while to like build my, what I was making per hour and just kind of build my, my monthly earnings back to where they were before I left. And I've exceeded them now, so I'm okay. But yeah, no, hey, Serious Sound. Yep, that's the solid shit. Yeah, the Serious Sound games. Yeah, they I got that trilogy that you can get on Xbox 360. Like that's where it's at. And you can get like all three of them remastered, and then they added like a fourth game on there, or like a third and a fourth game or something like that. Like it's the Serious Sam collection on the Xbox 360. That is a must buy 360 game. Okay, it's good. It usually goes for like 30, even $40 these days, but it's still totally worth it because you get so much content. And Serious Sam, they're just great, like old school first person shooters. They play fantastically, and the remasters are done really well. Like they look and play so good. Like, yeah, I've mentioned that on the Xbox 360 hidden gems before, but I'll mention that every time that game comes up. Serious Sam Collection, that's where it's at. If you have not gotten that, you definitely need to get that. That one will be expensive one day. And like I said, at this point, most Xbox 360 games, they're rising slowly in price, but they are rising, especially with the closure of that 360 store. And some of the games you can still get on the Xbox One, but a lot of them you can't. And we'll talk more about that. I'll just go ahead and tell y'all the video I'm about to make next. And that's a video about the PlayStation 3 store. And I want to go over it because I was looking through it the other day because it's the last man standing, right? Like it's the last seventh gen store that you can still go on. And on first glance, it doesn't look like there's any games in there because a lot of them have disappeared. Licenses, end over time or whatever. And the PS3's been out for almost 20 years. It'll be 20 years next year. So we at the 20-year mark and the store is still open, which is very impressive. And even very impressive that the 360 store just closed. I mean, they had a run of like 17 and a half years. That's really, really good, you know? So, but like I said, we'll go over it. There's some things you can do. A lot of the games that they say aren't on the PlayStation 3 store are still there, you know? And so there's just different menus you gotta go to find them. Some of the games will pop up if you type in the game by name, and it doesn't show when you go down the list, but if you type in the name, it'll pop right up and you can still download them. And like I said, we were talking about PS2 heavy hitters earlier. Siren is on there. I was looking at that today. I'm actually gonna buy that, but I'll do that during the video so I can show you guys the process. But yeah, I'm gonna get Siren off the PS3 store because it's 9.99. What is Siren going for now? Let me pull up eBay. Okay, what are we doing? Because I know that one is expensive now. Let me share that while I pull up eBay. I'm surprised I don't have a tab already. But yeah, I'm just curious what that's going for because I feel like Siren is at least like $500 now. And so I'm like, if I usually on the PS2 and it's great. I don't know why my computer's being so. Oh, that's not eBay. I was trying to pull up. That was weird. Maybe it's because I'm screen sharing, but it's being slow. But yeah, so like I said, but we'll Fatal Frame games. You can get all three Fatal Frame games on the PS3 store right now for $30. All three games for $30. That's crazy. Okay, that's at least 250 to get all three, if not 300. And you can get them for a tenth of the cost. You just got to get them digitally. But like I said, if you like me, I just want to play them again. Like at this point, I'm not putting tons of money, and I never really put tons of money into my video game collection anyway. But at this day and age, I'm definitely not doing that. Like I forgot Siren had a sequel too on the PS3. A Siren Blood Curse. I forgot all about that game. Not know about. Maybe I should talk about that too. But yeah, it's because I'm streaming and all that. I hope T-Bucks. That must no, I'm thinking about Kawan. Sorry, that's my bad. I'm getting Siren and Kawan mixed up. That being said, still though, now see, I might buy that for 36. Okay. I might get a hard copy for 36. Okay, 63. Nope. But yeah, $40 more. I wouldn't pay more than 40 for it. Even if I just got a disc on, which I don't really do that. Okay, I might get this that. with the manual too. No manual, nah, because there was one that was 36 that had the manual with it. So, or I'll just get it with no manual. I don't really care. Like I said, as long as I got the case, that's the main thing I care about. But yeah, sorry, I got Siren and Kawan mixed up. Kawan is like $600. So let me stop sharing here. Make sure I don't slow down the yeah, because it was probably looking all choppy then, huh? I don't know. The new one is even decent to chill and play through. Yep. Yeah, man, it be like that. One of the managers here can be on some straight BS at times. Someone's bipolar at times. It's tired of all and ready to move on. Yeah, that's facts, man. What games did you buy before the store closed? Oh man, I'm so mad about that. Okay, so I went to go. I hooked my 360s here. I hooked it up. My PS4 turned off. I forgot that I had that on. But yeah, I went to go hook up my Xbox 360, and it was like the day before the store closed because I was waiting for my check. I was like, oh, when I get my check, I'll put my credit card on there. I'll put like 50 bucks on there and just, because they had them, a bunch of them on sale too. And my freaking power supply was bad. So I need a power supply in my 360. It just happened to die that day. And I couldn't get any games for the 360. So I was pissed about that. And some of them, that's another thing about the PS3 store. A lot of those games were multi-platform, so you can get them on PS3, and that's cool. In a lot of cases, a lot of for those Xbox Live and those PSN games, like a lot of them came out on the PS3 after, and a lot of them play better as a result. And we saw that in games like Deadly Premonition or what's another one? There's a really cool survival horror game that's digital only called Hydrophobia. If you haven't played that one, definitely go find Hydrophobia. And you want it on the PS3 because like the special edition launched on the PS3. It came out on the 360 first, and it had some problems with like controls and like some bugs and stuff like that. All that got fixed, and they changed a bunch of things for the better for the PS3 version of Hydrophobia. It's called Hydrophobia Prophecy, I think, and that's the version you want. And so, yeah, so I'll get that. Well, actually, I already got that. There's one survival horror game that I want to get called Amy, and that came out years ago on the 360. It was universally panned, but the critiques that most people gave it was the save system was trash. It has a ton of graphical glitches, and the controls were really bad. And the PS3 version fixed all that because it came with a patch that fixed all that stuff. So I wanted to go get it on. I think the patch did come out for the 360 later, but the PS3 version came out after, and it came out with the patch already on there. So a lot of stuff that they figured, like they added more save points and all that stuff, and so a lot of stuff that people complained about Amy was fixed in the PS3. So I want to see if it's still as bad as everybody says. But that's a game you can get for 2.99 on the PS3 store right now. So I'm gonna go get that tomorrow when I shoot this video. I'll probably get Siren for 9.99 still. I'm probably gonna go ahead and get all the Fatal Frame games and just have them on my PS3. Like, I mean, again, the Fatal Frame games are expensive, and I can get them for 30 bucks to have all three. Like I said, it's not like I'm really looking for the physical copies of them anyway. It's just something that I kind of want to go back and play, so that's a good way to do it. So yeah, what's Fatal Frame going for right now? Like I said, I came in, yeah. So the original Fatal Frame is I was seeing it go for about 80 bucks. Fatal Frame 2 is going for about $90. And look at that. Fatal Frame 3 is $100. So yeah, you're gonna spend about $300 almost to get all of them if you buy them physically, or I can buy all three of them digitally for under 40. and that's another thing too. Like I'm okay with digital games when the prices reflect the fact that you're buying them digitally and you're not paying for the physical copies, you're not paying for distribution and all the labor that went into creating the physical thing, right? Like I'm okay with digital as long as that stuff's not the same price as the physical copy. That's dumb. Like I said, in this case, I can buy the physical copies for 300 or I can buy them digitally for 30. Cool with that. So also, it looks like is there a new Fatal Frame game? I'm seeing one that looks like it's on PS4. Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater. I don't remember that one. So I probably will scoop that one. That one's only 50 bucks. I might have to grab that. That's one of them. Like I said, I'm going to be scooping up a lot of PS4 games before we're done with that. So I try to warn people about the Xbox 360 during the year. Hopefully people got what they wanted. And yeah, like I said, I had already bought a bunch of Xbox 360 games back in the day that looked cool to me that I wanted to get, you know. So like hardcore uprising and stuff like that I got on my 360, you know. So I'm not too broken up about it, but I did want to go through the store one last time and look through it and see what I could get and all that. So but I didn't, but it's all like I said, but I'm definitely gonna be on that PS3 store this week and make sure I get everything I want before it's done. I got some cool Move games too that didn't come out physically that are on the store still. So I'm gonna definitely have to scoop those up and we can maybe look at those in another Move video or a live stream or something like that. So I got hella power supplies. I got you if you need one. Yeah, I bought a new one. I went to vintage stock and grabbed one. But yeah, I was just mad. Like I'm like, why? Like, what are the odds that like the day before the store closed, like the night before, I was gonna grab them, and then power supply was dead, and it was already like nighttime, so I couldn't go to the store. I'm like, oh, come on, bro, you should have hit me up. There was a Fatal Frame game on the Wii. I didn't know that, so that might be something. Like I said, if I was out to collect them all, okay, I would definitely be scooping that. Okay. Funny enough, I'm trying to get all of the Oni Chanbara games, or one Chanbara, however you want to say it, which is funny. I think I got it. There's one on PS4 I'm missing, I think, and of course there's like the Japanese PS2 ones. And again, just kind of a weird hack and slash series, not even particularly good, and one of those with like crazy fan service. I'd like to do a video on that too, of like all those risque games that you really shouldn't play, like all those games you afraid to be playing when your parents walk in and stuff like that. But I don't know, that's some of those games might get me demonetized. If I ever start a Patreon, I'm definitely gonna cover a lot of those on there. Okay, gotta pay to see those reviews. It's cause like I'm not trying to get booted off YouTube here. But yeah. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. That's what's been going on with me, and that's what's coming up in the future from me. Like I said, hopefully expect to see the next video in this new space Wednesday. Hopefully at the latest. If not, I'm gonna try to get out Tuesday. But like I said, the big problem I'm running into now, and then my Elgato is acting up because I haven't used my Elgato in like 3 years or something like that. I guess it hasn't been that long, but it feels like it. It's all dusty and stuff when I took it out today. But it sucks with the PS3. If I remember correctly, I gotta run the Elgato through a uh, an HDMI splitter because PlayStation was being stupid with their HDMI and not letting you just get the signal like that. So it's gonna be a pain in the ass. Or I could just point my camera at the screen and just record the whole process. Okay. Again, that's not as great production value wise, but it's doing that will definitely ensure that I can get the video out by Wednesday, and I don't have to worry about trying to get another Elgato or something like that to get this thing working like I want it to look. But I don't know, we'll see. That's fact. Vintage stock prices are crazy. Yeah, I pretty much only ever go to them when they're having the buy two get one free sale. Yeah, it says, "Hey, just go Dr. Josh style one time." I might have to. Like I said, if everything else looks fine, it'd be okay if I just point the TV at the screen. I might just do that. Like I said, right now it's all just about putting videos out again. So I guess they don't have to look the best. Like I said, and it's not that I'm being lazy or trying to sacrifice quality. It's just like I said, I'm trying to get over these mental barriers that I've somehow gotten. Like I said, a lot of it was I really liked my space when I was at Rockborough in my townhome, and then I don't know what's going on with my shirt. My shirt going crazy right now, not in a good way. But anyway, I really liked that space. That was my all-time favorite space, and I remember when I first moved there, I when I was in that space, I went from 2,000 subscribers or from 200 subscribers to about 2,000, and hit my first 1,000 there, and hit my 1,000 games road mark there. I remember when I first got there, I was like, man, this is where I'm about to pop off. I seen the empty space and I already seen where I was gonna put everything, where everything was gonna be. Like I almost had the finished version in my head, like as soon as I got down there, and I'm like, man, this is where I'm gonna pop off at. And lo and behold, was I made a lot of progress there. I learned a ton. I grew a lot in that space, and it was my favorite space. It was the largest space I was in. And then dude stole my games. And it was like, dang, like this is my space, but it's not really mine. Like I felt so vulnerable. And so that took a lot of wind out of my sails. And then we moved and we just kind of had to do what we had to do. So we definitely downgraded as far as surface, like I said, because that townhome was 1,500 square feet. We moved into a two-bedroom apartment that was 800 square feet. So we lost a ton of space. And so my girlfriend had her own personal space and she gave that up so I could take the second bedroom for my YouTube and stuff like that, which was super generous of her. But the space never really felt like mine. Like I said, toward the end, right before we moved, I was really starting to get it dialed in and it was starting to look okay. But I didn't really like making videos in that space just because like it didn't feel good to be there in a lot of respects. But then, like I said, we got this place and it's kind of like the townhome 2.0, except it's mine. Nobody comes in here unless I want them to be in here. So I don't have to worry about the landlord sending random people up in here when I'm not in here, type shit. So like, and of course I got my security set up. I got alarms and cameras and all, did the whole nine this time around, so I can watch it and all that. But yeah, like I said, this room is not as big as the basement that I was in, but it's about a fourth of the size, maybe a third of the size. But also, I have that huge attic, which itself is about 700 square feet. And, like I said, it's starting to feel like 2021 lightsaber samurai in here. So, yeah, so I'm definitely about to be getting in, and I'm excited for what's coming next. And now that I appreciate you guys for joining me tonight and hopping on. And now I feel like I've finally like formally returned with this live stream. And so now I can get busy with making the content. And so like I said, we're gonna start by looking at the PlayStation Store. Then we got a bunch of move stuff to go over, and then some more hidden gems, but not really hidden gems. Like I said, I want to go over some sequels that y'all might not have heard of. Then I'm gonna get into all of the Halloween content for October. So that's pretty much what's going on. I need to get some security cams. Is Eufy a good brand? I haven't heard of that. I use Wise for most of my stuff, and that works pretty good. Like I said, I got all the yeah, like I said, it's good quality. It activates like night vision when the lights are off, and so the cameras can see in the dark and all that stuff. And I can monitor it all from my phone. I can talk through the speakers on the cameras, and you know, it's easy to get alerts and then alert the authorities if I'm not at the house or whatever. Uh, so yeah, so very similar. They're very similar to Ring as far as like their functionality and the things that it can do and stuff like that. So, yeah, that brand I haven't heard of, so I don't know. But most of them are good now. Like most of them are on par. My brother uses these ones from a cheap Chinese company. I don't know, they're, like, super off-brand, but they're really cool. Like I said, his security cameras look like light bulbs at first glance, and they even light up and give off light, but it's a camera up there, and it spins and, like, you can it can if it finds a moving subject, it'll track them and stuff like that, like, it's super dope. And so, yeah, so that's what he's got popping in his house. He's got these little tags on the windows, so if the window gets open, like, it'll let off this blaring like alarm, and so, yeah, he's got some good stuff in his home too. So, is it subscription based? I think it is. I know mine is. Well, for the free one, it's not. And the free one, you can do quite a bit with the free one. Even with the free one, you can it'll record. I can't remember what the record limit is, but you can get pretty good record limits on there, and it'll only record when it detects movement, when the camera detects movement. So it'll record like a 10-second clip or whatever and show you and let you know like, hey, is this good or not, or do you need to call the police? Like, so, and that's the wise one. And so you can get by without a subscription for a while, but you can definitely do like the whole nine with the subscription, and it's like $10 a month or something like that. So it's not crazy, crazy, but yeah. Oh, with the subscription, sorry, I'm getting sleepy. I'm actually about to end this stream, but I'll tell you about this in a second. Without the subscription, I think you can only hook up a maximum of 2 cameras. With the subscription, you can have like 10 or something like that, or whatever, maybe more than that. Um, so I'm running like 6 right now, and that's cool for me. So, but I probably will get a couple of more. So, but yeah, so yeah, man, just I mean, get whatever you can afford. Like anything is better than nothing. As long as it's good enough to where you can see somebody that's not supposed to be in there and you can like just record or even take a photo or whatever. Even better if you can talk to them through the speakers, that'll deter a lot of people. Okay. My house doesn't have a fence. So that's the next thing we're working on is buying a fence to put up around our house because that'll deter a lot of people right there. Like I said, the fact right now, like they can just walk, like people can just walk up to my back door, people can just walk up to my front door. And so that's yeah, wise. Yep, that's the one. Yeah, check out the free subscription. Like I said, I was doing fine on the free subscription. I bought the cameras at Best Buy and I got 2 cameras, I think, for $50. And like I said, even without the subscription, I posted them up. They connected to my phone. When there was movement, it would record it for like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and then send it to me like, hey, this is what's going on right now. That good? Yeah, it's cool. Okay. And I can go back and look at the footage later or whatever. And so it stored quite a bit just on the free subscription. So yeah, like I said, I got by with just the 2 cameras. And like I said, you can just put up the 2 cameras on there. I got the 2 cameras and I put them in, strategic spots in the apartment, and it was cool. And like I said, even with the free subscription, you can talk through the speakers and all that. I used to bug my girl because I would leave the house before she did. And movement detector is like my girl getting clothes out the laundry, and so I'll start talking to her through the speaker, and so be messing with her. But yeah, you can do all that with the free subscription. So yeah, you can get by on the free subscription. Honestly, like I said, it's just like how hardcore do you want to be? You want to get 5, 10 cameras set up and do all that and have them automatically like detect, press the button and then they'll contact the police or whatever and have them on the, all that shit. Like, you know, so, but yeah. But yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. We have been on for almost 2.5 hours, and that's not bad for our first time back. Also, this is working pretty good too. This battery is normally trash, but I got a phantom battery that hooks into the wall, so I got infinite juice in this camera now, which is nice. Like I said, this setup is just going to stay right here on the desk, and anytime I feel like live streaming, or if I haven't made a video in a while, I can just pop this on just so I can, and whatever topic we want to talk about. If we want to talk about top 10 hack and slash games, okay, and we'll just do a live stream about top 10 hack and slash games, and you know, and we can get content one way or the other. But yeah, I definitely want to be more consistent as always. And so That's what we're about to be on. So, if you like this content, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. You'll be glad you did. I do believe that's all I got for you. I'm out in peace, and it is after 11 o'clock. So I definitely need to go to bed because I got work in the. All right. So anyway, EAE, Big Rome, okay, Zybalba, Waves and Games, okay, uh, Slumpenstein, Boy 12, John Stone, all the gang, anybody else I might have missed. It was really good seeing y'all. Dominique was in here for a minute. Don't know if he's still in here, but it was good to see you. Okay. Patia Blues, if I said that correctly. One Up Woman was in here for a second. That's dope. The Savage was in here. Koba was in here. Going back through and see if I missed anybody. Oh, Lit. Can't believe I forgot about Lit. But yeah, man, Jedi Run was up in here too. I just appreciate all of y'all hopping back in. Okay. Stutter and Stick 23. A lot of y'all been my day ones for a long time. So I'm glad to be making some content for y'all. If you guys want me to talk about anything, like I said, especially y'all that y'all always be coming out on the streams, you make a suggestion. Y'all don't have to be Patreon members. None of that. Like, if you want to see me talk about something, or just want to hear my thoughts about something, I will definitely make some content about that. If that's what y'all want to see. So, like I said, you ain't got to be Patreons. RBZ357. Okay, all of y'all always be showing out to the streams. Like I said, I consider us friends, which is cool. So again, it's internet is a dope thing. Like, friends with people like I never would have met y'all otherwise. So like it's a blessing to be here. So but anyway, let me not be too sappy, but it was good to see y'all. We'll see y'all again soon. Everybody take care and we're out.